Bwah, 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 bwah. Bwah, 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 bwah. Junkyard gang.
You know. Oh, and then one time this dude was riding around throwing eggs at fucking cars or houses or some
There
shit.
you go.
And I jumped in the car with him. And I had a bag of them. And one of the niggas that would hit his car with the eggs that started chasing us.
Oh yeah.
And decided he was also gonna call the police.
Professor, you never heard this story?
No.
That guy was the ex-cop, wasn't he? Yeah.
No. Okay, so
No,
what
no, no.
happened was Charles is right. Charles was the last to get in the whip. It was me, Jesse, Jake, Dan, and then we got Charles. It was in that Lumina that mom gave me when I was 18 or right at 19, whatever, right after high school. And sure shit, we're out. I worked at Dolls, so they would have those little pallets of eggs. You get they're like, I think 30 per level even or something like that, tons. So I had just 2 stacks, like 60 eggs. And we're yoking them at cars for a good 30, 40 minutes. We cross 42nd and Uni, hit an Intrepid. I did, actually. I was the one who tossed it. Right on the windshield as we're crossing it in the intersection.
This fucking dummy had his hand out the window with the egg. I'm gonna get you.
Like an idiot. We hit this dude in a heartbeat. He was like fucking, what they call that, Starsky and Hutch shit. Hit the gas and did a Huey, burning rubber right in the intersection and started chasing us. And I hit the gas. Oh, God.
Right.
We're speeding all through that Roosevelt neighborhood.
Niggas started panicking, throwing all the eggs out.
Right. Jake dropped some eggs in the back of the car and shit. And we get to a point where I realize I can't lose this guy. So we stop and I yell at him, "Hey, man, what do you want from me?" "Hey, motherfucker, you fucking doing eggs in my car, motherfucker." And I was like, "So what do you want to do?" "Motherfucker, I want you to follow me up the street to this cop shop. There was a little police satellite station over by
he wanted you to
Drake
follow
area.
him to the
right up the street to
That's
some
not how
cops.
that works.
And I said, "Well, I ain't doing that." And so we just took off again, So he starts chasing us again. But coincidentally, as we come up closer, deeper to the Drake neighborhood, there's some cops who have somebody pulled over already. So he sees them and takes a right and goes to them, and we keep going straight. So our dumbasses start trying to brainstorm how we're going to get out of this. So that's when we decide, let's ditch the eggs, and that's when a couple of them get dropped in the car, like, "Oh, well, way to hide the evidence, Jake. Dropping eggs in my goddamn car." I get a genius idea. I call 911. I say, "Hey, there's some crazy man chasing us. He thinks
my God, you have committed multiple felonies in this story." What's going on?
I gotta stress, I was 19. I was stupid. I was a kid, okay? Do you know this 911 operator said to me, "Yes, sir, he's talking to the police right now. Why don't you turn back around and go talk to the police?" Like, oh my gosh. Oh my God. How did this happen? Like, they got us. Like, I don't even. So then by then I'm smart enough to realize, like, oh, well, especially now that I've been called in, they know who I am, yada, yada. So I go back to where we saw the cops and I pull over in a driveway that's by where they have someone else pulled over. And there's a guy out of his car talking to the cops. And as soon as I get out, he screams, "There's that motherfucker right there. That motherfucker threw the fucking eggs in my car. That's him right. Hey, motherfucker." He's losing his shit. The cops got to calm this guy down because he realizes there's just some fucking kids in his car.
I'm on the phone.
So he comes over, and the cop is just so irritated. He's upset. And he says,
before we got there, though, I had to we stopped.
No. Actually,
we didn't even got to that point yet.
Right, this is when we pulled up to that spot, actually, before I got out of the car. I'm glad you said that. That's when you say, "Oh, shit, I have weed." Like, oh my God, why did you? You said you're doing that now.
how men
You're doing that now. So that's why I think I even got out of the car actually, because I was hoping, I don't want the cop to get in the car. But he comes over and he talks to me, and I start to try to say it wasn't me, but he's like, It's like, listen, I'm gonna give this guy some money to go clean his car, and you better hope he doesn't call me in the morning. I was like, okay. He was like, get the fuck out of here. Let's go. Got in the car, got the fuck up out of here. Never heard from them again. I go home though, and I tell Pops this because Mom had just given me that car, and it was in her name. So if they called, they were gonna call her first. So I said to Dad, "What do you think I should do, man?
You tell him protect me.
What do you think I should do?"
Me.
Because if they call, he was like, he looked at me dead in the eyes, was like, "Boy, you better hope they don't call your mom."
Yeah.
He didn't say shit else to me. He basically like, get the fuck away. Get your
my God. I just would have volunteered to go to jail at that
better
point.
hope
Like,
they don't call
you don't
your
need to
mom.
call my mom. Where's the handcuffs?
For days. I'm like, oh my God. But nothing ever.
Jesus.
So
That fucking night was wild.
Yeah, wow.
We really could have died several times. I mean, I was pushing
Several
75
times.
miles an hour in residential,
In
bending
fucking
corners. I was
residential,
bottoming out the
aluminum.
car. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Man, I was so fucking mad when Mom gave you that car. Obviously
her internet boyfriend came into town. What's a girl to
obviously
do?
The one that is more deserving, just with like who I am as a person, also my grades.
So
I've committed no felonies.
We're gonna move you down here for complaining.
I had to buy my first car.
Can I make this smaller somehow?
Bullshit.
If I could just.
That nigga said who I am, the person that I am.
I'm still salty about it. That happened like 15 years ago.
All right. JunqYard gang.